All right, Shalom, Shalom. This is the brother of mine coming at you with a quick, Lord willing, edifying video. First and foremost, I'm going to give out honor, glory, and praises to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, great millstone who rule well. Shalom to hopefully like men that scattered abroad, pushing this truth with our sincerity, right? And to those few limited amount of sisters that's getting over these last days. To you, I say Shalom. And I'm just wanting to come with a quick exhortation, Lord, when it's edifying. You know, the times that we're coming into, we got to keep, scriptures in mind. That's why we're applying it right now. We're building up our armor, our spiritual armor right now, right? Because in the book of Isaiah 41, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, states that us as a nation, Jacob, right? The 12 tribes of Israel, the so-called Negroes, the Latinos, and Native American Indians, right? We're worms. But Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is going to fight for us, though. But so the time being, we got to keep building ourselves up with that spiritual armor of faith, you know, because the time's about to get real ugly to where is either you have the truth of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi or you're going to fold, man. Right? So this is the time to get your mind right. So this right here, the book of Ecclesiastes is known as Sirach 2 and 1. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, right? And when we come to serve Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, that means it's gonna be obstacles thrown at us, It's gonna be obstacles thrown at us, things about even how you came into the truth, those things right here gonna come towards you. Ultimately, we in the book, we in prophecy, so that charagma, right? Known as the Revelation 13, verse 16 and 17, right? That small tiny device, right? That goes into it as well, My son, when thou comes to the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation. Because we're about to be tried on a level that we've never been tried on before, right? But we got the faith that Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is gonna come through, like he said he was, right? And it's so many beautiful scriptures, right? Especially we're gonna get down to it, Sirach 2 and 10, but it's so many scriptures to comfort us, to let us know we in good hands, like our state, man. But go to verse 2. It says, set thou heart all right, and constantly endure, right? Constantly endure means to suffer, to keep going through it, Yahawah went through a lot, and he's the author of the finisher, you know. So we always have to look at Yahawah as an example, and keep enduring, keep suffering, Ooh, because just because we go through things, we can't let that be the reason why we stop, I got a good precept too. Um, just to speak on that point real fast. And so like I am driving, I just had to just speak on this topic, 'cause this is like one of my favorite chapters. This right here, the book of Romans 8. I want to say the whole thing really go in. That's a good one, but I'm gonna do this one. Let me start at this one though. Right. This Romans 8 and 35, and I'm just read all the way down to the point. It says, "Who shall separate us from the love of Hamashiach? Shall tribulation?" Woo, kind, right? Because we believe in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, right? Tribulation will not separate us, right? Because right now we're in that grace period. We're building up our armor. We're putting those plates on day by day, those spiritual plates on, day by day. So, we know it's for a reason, right? So when we come inside those times of tribulation, we gotta, we gotta apply what we know, and constantly endure. Set our heart aright, knowing that these times are going to be tried. Knowing that you're gonna lose your house, lose your wife, lose your car, lose your uh whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Your mind's already focused on it, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, even your own life. You know, it says, shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril, meaning bad times, or sword, right? It says, as it is written, for thy sake we were killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter, right? Because we already know, like, this could be our ultimate could be, you know what I'm saying, we get up out of here, right? Our ultimate could be we die behind this truth. So we know these times are coming, you know what I'm saying? We know that we're going to go through heavy afflictions and famine and stuff. That's not going to separate us from Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. When this food famine actually hit, when Esau, Edom, so-called white man, hit that kill switch, you know, that's not going to separate us, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we're going to laugh at it like the scriptures say. But keep going. It says so like verse 37. It says, nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors, right? A conqueror is a champion. He is a warrior, a fighter, right? It says, nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. It says, for I am persuaded that neither death, neither death, like, and we persuaded, that means you're a heavy, you know what I'm saying? You're a heavy, can't get the word out. Shit, can't use the word with the word, but in your mind, you're locked in. You know what I'm saying? Like you just saying, I feel like it's if you got to choose through two doors, and on the other side is I don't know, a bag of money or something, and you just feel as if door number two is behind you. You're persuaded in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't matter what everybody else saying that is door number one. You're persuaded in your mind is door number two with the money behind it. That's what persuaded means. It said, for I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able, right? It's the point. All of those things, it says, shall be able to separate us from the love of Hamashiach, right? Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, which is in Yahawah Hamashiach, our Lord. Right? So that's just the point, it's a little long, but hey, it's just the point, set thy heart aright and constantly endure. So if you're gonna go through, tough times, but it's to try, used to build you, right? Yahweh Shemiah, I want to make you like gold. So right, he gotta try you. When you're making gold, the process takes a little long, you know. So if we all want a crown, we gotta get down for it. We gotta know these times gonna come upon us, right? But we built for it, Yeah, I like to tell brothers, sometimes here and there whenever. When I talk to them, hey, you built for it tough, man. So things you gonna have to just, you know what I'm saying? You built for it. You just got to figure out how to get through it, But don't never lose the sight of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. All right, so I want to go back to Sirach 2 and 3. It says, cleave unto him. Ooh, I ain't even finished the rest of it. On 2. Sirach 2 and 2. It says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cause moving too fast too soon will be a fuck up. Moving too fast too soon will be a fuck up, man. It says, cleave unto him and depart not away. Right? So in time to get hard, you got to cleave to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi even harder, man. It says, and that thou may be increased at thy last end, right? Because ultimately at the end, we want to be crowned, right? For Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, we stood still for the name. So therefore, if you standing still for the name, you went through all the trials and tribulations, man. It was like a test, and you passed it, man, with flying colors, you know. Verse 4. It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, right? Because in these times, hey, you gotta smile. You know what I'm saying? Like Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi already has it to the point where brothers has the wisdom and not the understanding, you know, to go through these things, right? Because like in the book of I want to say 2 Corinthians 10 to 13. Matter of fact, I just go to it. You know, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi won't give you nothing that you can't handle. Was this? I figured it was First Corinthians, right? It says First Corinthians 10 verse 13. There have no temptation taken you, but as such as common to man. But Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able, right? But will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it, right? Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi gonna understand that you're gonna be able to go through it. It's not gonna consume you, It's just you got to figure out a way to get around that situation. But Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is faithful that He's not gonna give us nothing that we can't handle. That's why I say we built for it tough. You know what I'm saying? We just got to figure it out, right? We got the precepts to keep us stable too. So it says, "Whatsoever is brought upon you, take that whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state." Right? When we come inside this truth, man, start losing shit. You know what I'm saying? Material things, hey, friends, family. You know what I'm saying? But hey, shit, wives. You know what I'm saying? Shit, for the sister, they, ain't lose the husband. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. You know what I'm saying? We know things are gonna happen. We know we're gonna be losing things. Losing jobs because brothers don't want to shave their beards. You know what I'm saying? Or I mean, that shouldn't put you in a lower state, but just saying, like, whenever things really just knock you down, you know, hey, take it cheerfully. Understand this right here is the trying of our faith. You know, so it says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, right, and be patient. Right, like I said, hey, patient means to endure. Like you're actually waiting. All right, how about you, man? I'm gonna fix the situation. To be patient though. So and for the time being, hey, if you change to a lower state, hey, be easy. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna eventually run. It's gonna eventually shine again. That sun gonna eventually come back out. You know, it says, verse 5: For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Right, because only acceptable men's gonna actually make it through these times to come. You know what I'm saying? Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, one of those elect men. We are one of those elect men that's actually to be tried as gold, man. Right, and not just get burnt up. Go out real bad. Um, so it says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Right, man. So it's gonna take a minute. And right now we not even the heat not even up inside this furnace yet, man. Esau Edomite haven't even turned the heat up, right? But we wanna go through these bad times, and Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, see us as pure gold, refine us. It says, believe in Him, and He will help thee. order thy way aright, and trust in Him. So the times that we're coming into, we're gonna be, you're gonna have a shortage on food, shortage on water, right? But it says, believe in Him, and He will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in Him, right? In the book of Isaiah 65, 65 and 13, You know, say my servant shall eat, my servant shall drink. You know what I'm saying? So the times that we, walking into when Esau Edom come down with that great wrath, we won't have access to a lot of, food no more. But hey, but just in general, I always believe in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, right? And trusting his ways, right? Hey, Proverbs 3, I just go grab it. I don't want to quote all the scriptures. Uh, Proverbs 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not to thy own understanding, right? 'Cause once you lean to your own understanding, man, that's how you fall off, right? Yahweh Shemashah gave us, step after step after step, you know what I'm saying? Just follow the steps, you know, right? It says, he a light unto our path. His wisdom and knowledge is a light unto our path, so just, hey, now that you had a light, just follow the path, It's been laid out. Verse 6, it says, in all thy ways, so like, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. That's just the point. Yahweh Shema Shah. So like, Yahweh Shema Shah is gonna be the reason why we're able to keep going further inside these bad times, man. Um, and I just stop at 10. You know, um, it's Ecclesiastes 2, verse 7. It says, "Ye that fear the Lord, wait for His mercy, and go not aside lest ye fall." Right. So like, it goes back to waiting, man. Whew. Like it goes back to waiting, but while we're waiting, we still trying to put on that armor. We're still trying to add armor on, so that we can wait, so it can be protected, right? Because that armor is of the spirit of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. It says, "Ye that fear the Lord, believe in Him, and your reward shall not fail." Right? Because, like we said, we're trying to endure to the end. He that endures to the end, the same shall be saved. Lord wouldn't be a part of that remnant, to get beamed up out of here. It says, "Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded, or did any abide in His fear and was forsaken?" Right? Those two questions, right? And no, that's the answer. No, there was not, man. Right? The scriptures talk about, hey, the things written aforetime was written for our learning. Right? It's so many, accounts of our forefathers, man, had the faith of Yahweh Shem Yahawashi, man. Right? A good example, uh, a good example is the three holy men. You know, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They inside a burning furnace, man. Talking about hotter than the sun. But they had the armor of Yahweh Shem Yahawashi. And then boom, guess who came in the midst of them? Yahawashi, right? Yahawashi, right? In that bad time, Yahawashi was there, man. That was not co-founded, But it says, or whom did he ever despise that called upon him, right? He didn't despise them, man. He didn't just leave them out to dry. Them boys believed, so Yahweh Shemashah came through, you know. But I just stop punching in right there. Lord willing, the lesson was edifying and to the point, and Lord willing, it's a faith booster, man. Just know that, hey, Yahweh Shemashah is going to help us, man. Right, but you have to keep putting on that armor until, you know what? Ephesians 6. Salakia, man. I'm driving to work, but I know I had wanted to record on Ciroc too. You know, um, Ephesians 6:10. It says, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord." Right, and how do you be strong in the Lord? Right, we about to find out. It says, "And in the power of His might, put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shem Yahawashi, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil." Right, I wanted to say, I can't even. It's cool. But wiles pretty much go inside like the craftiness, the ways of Esau, Edom, right? Because we about to see him in a way we never seen him before, right? We speak about how Esau, Edom gonna do. I mean, we know the history behind Esau, Edom. I'm gonna say that, right? But we never seen him on this wide level, right? The scale that he about to be on right now, we never seen him like that, right? We tell people he's a serpent for a reason, right? Because a serpent always gonna, hey, he gonna come down with that power, that bite when you least expect it, right? But we know he about to come with all hell, this time, you know, because hey, this is his last time ruling forever, you know. So he about to use all hands on deck. He come with all his technology, all his resources, man. Right? But it says, so like in verse 12, it says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, right? That's what we putting the spiritual armor on for, man. Esau, Edom, I'm saying, other heathen nations, right? And these spirits that be roaming around trying to attack brothers and sisters, man, you gotta be able to fight them things off. You gotta be able to fight them off, especially when we start coming to the times that we're coming into, right? It's gonna be even more things we're gonna be seeing that we have to keep this armor on, man. We have to keep these precepts in mind, you know. In the book of Isaiah 33 and 6, I want to grab that right quick because that should be motivation itself with that scripture. Uh, Isaiah 33 verse 6, and wisdom and knowledge, right? No other thing. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure, man. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, hey, so like what I'm about to say was, that wisdom and knowledge, hey, like we always like to bring out how the movie Denzel Washington was in the movie the Book of Eli, man. He was stable, man, because he was filled with knowledge, man. So the things that he was seeing didn't phase him. He handled things accordingly within the movie, So hey, times that we're coming into, we're gonna handle things. We're gonna handle things accordingly. We may not eat today, may not eat tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? May not eat for for 2 days, but when Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi feed us, he gonna feast. You know what I'm saying? That's just like when it came to Elijah. When he did feed him, hey, he was fed, man. He didn't give him like 2 crumbs and was like, all right, go for another 3 days. Hey, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi fed that man. So hey, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability, right? This is the thing that we're looking forward to, right? The miracles, man. But the miracles, they take faith to believe in that. Um, and what was I just saying? Ephesians. Ephesians 6 and 12, it says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Verse 13, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day. Uh, it says, and having done all to stand, right? Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, man. This right is to help you, right? The whole armor is to help you. That's how you gonna fight. So like, that's how you gonna fight inside these last days. With wisdom and knowledge, man, right? The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Verse 14, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, right? Back in ancient times, hey, they tie the bottom of their garment, they tie it up, and they holding it by their by their loins, man. That's how you ready to run, you ready to do it, ready to battle, right? It says, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, right? Because hey, now he's about to go in. You're going into how you're built up, man. You got that armor. You got the breastplate of righteousness on you, man. You ready for war? It says above, and it's like it says, in your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, right? But we walk by faith, not by sight. We building ourselves up because while we still feel as if we're gonna be able to make it through these battles, it says, above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench, right, all the fiery darts of the wicked, right? And right, when you quenching something, you putting water on it, you putting it out, right? So so that means, hey, you're winning, you know, right? Them darts coming towards you and it's on fire, and you got the water to put them out, It says, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, right? Like I said, the scripture said, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability, right? You suited and booted, man. Got on the whole armor, you know, ready for Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, right? To try you as gold, right? You persuaded in your mind that, hey, I'm a trust in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, right? So therefore, I'm gonna put on all the armor that He's providing me, you know. And prepare my mind for temptation, right? Because we about to get tried on a level like never before, right? 8, so like verse 18, praying always with all prayer and supplication, right? Begging in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. It says, and therefore, this is like, and for me, the utterance may be given unto me, that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mystery of the gospel, and for which I am an ambassador in bonds, that therein I may speak boldly as I ought to speak. Right? But that's the point, though. But Lord willing, the lesson was edifying, man, and it was edifying and encouragement just to keep going, preparing our mind for temptations, man. Right? That's why we out here to put on the whole armor now, right, in the grace period, so we can be suited and booted when it's time to roll, right? When Esau Edom roll. Right? But until next time, I'm going to say Shalom, and Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Call all Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Shalom.